faces, my repeat offenders, welcome back, and thank you for your much needed ongoing support. And to our newcomers, welcome to Adelaide Silver Star. I'm sure I'll see you again, because we really know how to put on a good show. For those of you, I'm repeating here, sorry there. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruth and I'm an ovarian cancer survivor. I'm also proud to be on the board of the Letitia Linke Research Foundation and to be part of the most fabulous team of heart leaders. All volunteers and all passionate and dedicated to our mission. All of us on the team are connected to Letitia in some way. Firstly, her mother Madeline and sister Melissa, whose vision was to continue Letitia's legacy. Then there are work colleagues and school friends. Lastly, there's me and Curly, both of whom were her chemo buddies. The Tuesday Girls, support crew, friends for life, diagnosed within weeks of each other. Total strangers until ovarian cancer threw us together. The first time I was on stage at an Adelaide Silver Star event, it was 2016. We all stood together, arms locked, supporting one another. Letitia was very unwell, although only those closest would have known. She pushed through and tens of thousands of dollars were raised that night. It was the year that we lost Letitia's Aunt Rose to ovarian cancer. In 2017, Letitia held another function, and once again, the three of us stood together telling our stories. In 2018, we lost Letitia. It was August, and somehow Madeline got us all together and we pulled off an event in October that year. Letitia's husband Paul spoke of her, and it was that night we decided we needed to take over where Letitia left off and continue the Adelaide Silver Star event. It's 2019, and Kel and I are up on the stage together. Unfortunately, in 2020 there was this little bug, and we couldn't have a show. In 21, Kel and I, again, it had almost become a tradition. Tonight, Tonight is the first time I stand alone. Kel is gravely ill and at home, resting with her beautiful family by her side, sharing the final steps of her journey. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them all. Ironically, last year while coordinating our speeches, Kel casually glanced my way and said, "You do realise you have to do this on your own next year?" I said, "I don't think I can do that." Well, hands on hips, she stared me down, and in her best teacher's voice, she said, "Well, you're just going to have to put your big girl pants on, aren't you?" Well, I have, and I hope I do proud. But I have to say, Kel, it doesn't feel the same. Oops. A huge shout out to many of her friends and support team who are here tonight. Thank you. As I said earlier, we are all connected, an extended family of sorts, although we do have a ring. James Letitia, a very well-known Adelaide dress designer with a very impressive client list, Dr. Goodrin to name one. He approached us and we were surprised at first, but then we realised very quickly he too had been impacted by ovarian cancer. I think most of you here tonight would have seen in the media the OCR for October publicity and the magnificent gown that was designed as part of that campaign issue. Jamie is the designer and his first gown was made in 2020. His cousin Jenna was his inspiration. She chose one of Jamie's designs. It had to be pink, her favourite. It was modelled by Julie Bishop. The gown was embellished with a starfish to represent their mutual love for the sea and all the memories of fun times they had shared at the beach growing up. With Jamie's blessing, I would like to tell you Jenna's story. Jenna had just finished university and at 22 was looking forward to what life had in store for her. Having just finished her exams, Jenna was sick from fatigue, but didn't think anything of it. After all, she had been working hard at her studies. Jenna's fatigue continued and she muddled through until one day she started feeling strong stomach cramps. Worried something might be wrong, she sought medical advice. For the next 18 months, Jenna's symptoms persisted. and she sought out many physicians' advice during that time, but was misdiagnosed with chronic fatigue and IBS. This is an all too familiar story for so many women with ovarian cancer. Eventually, after pushing through for extra testing, Jenna had exploratory surgery. In Jenna's words, "They told me I had ovarian cancer. I felt relieved because I'd been sick for so long, but I didn't expect cancer. I didn't know anything about ovarian cancer, so I researched it and found out it was a death sentence, really." 4 weeks later, Jenna had major surgery, followed by aggressive chemotherapy treatment. Sadly, 3 months later, she received the worst news: she still had cancer. It was recommended she undergo a hysterectomy and more chemotherapy. She thought a second opinion, and it was decided they would wait as her cancer was still slow growing. The initial treatment brought her 2 years of a relatively normal life, something she was most grateful for. Jenna was put on a drug trial, but that failed after only a few months. Then she was put back on onto more frequent and aggressive chemotherapy treatment. Over all this time, she was trying to live as normal a life as possible between severe bouts of severe illness. "I had a wonderful team around me," she said, headed by Professor Martin, and they tried everything, scouring the world for any new options that might be used to obtain a positive response. Unfortunately, nothing worked for me, and the cancer kept recurring. Eventually, after several years, continually in and out of treatment, Jenna decided to stop chemotherapy as it was no longer effective. There were no more options left for her, no more clinical trials, and no alternative treatments. Jenna passed away on the 8th of October 2020. She was only 33. Joining our team is Jamie's way of giving back, of ensuring more funds are raised in the hope that other families will not suffer the same loss. His way of honouring Jenna. Jamie was telling me that the photo shoot for Jenna's dress was completed on the 6th of October and delivered to her on the day she died. She saw them all, she loved them all. Like Jenna, so many other women suffer the same fate. Their cancer is diagnosed too late to give them any chance of survival. There is no early detection test for ovarian cancer, no cure, and no targeted chemo. That is why we are all here tonight, to raise funds in the hope that one day there will be an early detection test in the arsenal for the future generations of women as they fight female cancer. Every 8 hours in Australia, one woman will die from ovarian cancer. Tragically, only 1 out of every 4 women diagnosed with ovarian cancer will survive. Like me. I am living proof early diagnosis is the only way to survive. All those years ago, when I met Rose, Letitia, and Carol, all the laughter and tears, all the good days and bad days, the hopes and dreams, all my memories of them. Little did I know back then, it would not just be a statistic for me, but rather harsh reality, and it would leave me standing alone telling their stories. Thank you.